Columbine was John Ireland's last of many compositions for piano. His most played piece for this instrument is probably his exuberant piano concerto, and his other popular piano works included a piece, The Holy Man. Ireland's hymn, My Song is Love Unknown, is often sung in churches of English-speaking countries. Mr. Ireland studied piano and composition at the Royal College of Music in London, where he started teaching composition himself short after the World War I. And one of his pupils was Benjamin Britten. Ireland's music belongs to the school of so-called English Impressionism, and whilst he was brought up on traditions of German classics such as Beethoven and Brahms, his rhythmic and harmonic styles are leaning towards Debussy's and Ravel's music language, as well as, I would say, early Bartók and Stravinsky. This is a really charming waltz-like composition. It was commissioned by film writer William Rose as a gift for his wife, Tanya Rose. The first title for it was Impromptu, but Ireland wasn't quite happy with the piece and rewrote it in 1951 under the title Columbine. It has some lovely lugubrious sonorities, with a pretty distinctive reference to Ravel and his Valse Noble Sentimentale. I do really recommend you checking out Ravel's music, as this might give you a better understanding of the Columbine. And to be able to render the full beauty of this piece, one surely needs to pay attention to their touch. The sound should never be harsh. Even at forte moments, it has to be rather high-spirited than aggressive. It might be useful to highlight certain beautiful dissonances, either by bringing them up a little bit or by giving them a bit more time. For example, in this middle section, which starts at bar 44. It's actually marked a shade slower and more languorous, and I would strongly advise to pay attention to wonderful indications left by the composers throughout the piece, and particularly to tenuto marks, which can be extremely useful for understanding the phrasing and the timing. So here's the middle section. The use of rubato is another important tool in this piece. It is definitely worth playing metrically at an early stage of mastering this work, to make sure that any subsequent rubato choices we make are based around what's actually written and are not technically conventional, but done as required by this music. We shall also remember the main rule of rubato. If more time has been taken, we need to catch up at some point. And opposite. If we play the passage with more flow, with the need to hold back. Some phrases in this piece seem to be never-ending, and it is important to think over a bar line. For example, here, at the very beginning, while the music is in 3, it sounds as if a mixed meter was used. This gives this music such a lovely sensation of flow and freedom, which we shouldn't be blocking. Let's see how long it actually takes us to a more or less strong cadence. Here's a brief introduction. And then it starts. Wow, this was quite a phrase, and what a wonderful playful cadence at the end of it. Pedaling is another expressive tool we should pay a lot of attention to. It adds a lot of charm and flavor to this piece, bringing together beautiful soundscapes, but it is important to make a sublime use of it, and to watch out for harmony clashes. and to let the music breathe while there are rests.